You think you're in control, don't you? That everything is just fine, that you've got it all figured out. But let me let you in on a little secret. You don't. You're living in a world of illusions, a world where you've been told what to believe, what to think, what to feel. And the worst part, you think it's your choice. You think you're free. Yeah, but freedom, that's the biggest lie of all. Freedom is just another cage, dressed up in pretty words to make you feel safe. They want you to believe you're free, because it's easier to control you that way. Easier to make you follow their rules, to keep you in line. But you know, deep down, don't you? You feel it, that nagging little itch in the back of your mind, the one that tells you something's wrong. But you ignore it. You push it away, because facing the truth, well, that's terrifying, isn't it? Here's the thing. They've got you running in circles, chasing after the idea of happiness like a rat in a maze. But happiness, that's the bait. It's the cheese they dangle in front of you to keep you moving, to keep you distracted. And while you're chasing that dream, that perfect little life, they've sold you. They're pulling the strings. They're making sure you stay in line, that you never step outside the box. Oh, but I see it. I see the cracks in their perfect little world. And I know you do too. You can feel it, can't you? That deep, gnawing hunger for something more, something real. But they don't want you to find it. They don't want you to wake up. Because once you do, once you see the truth, you'll never go back. And that scares them. Oh, it terrifies them. They'll tell you to stay in your place, that you've got it good, that you should be grateful. Grateful for what? For a life lived according to their rules. For a system that's built to keep you weak, to keep you afraid. No, no, no. You weren't meant to live like this. You weren't meant to follow their rules, to stay small, to stay quiet. You were meant for chaos. Chaos is the natural order of things. It's the only real truth in this world, the only thing that can't be controlled. But they'll tell you to fear it. They'll tell you that chaos will destroy you, that it will tear you apart. But that's because they know the power it holds. They know that if you embrace the chaos, if you let it consume you, you'll become something they can't control, something they can't predict. And that terrifies them. You see, they've built this world on the idea of order, of control, of predictability. They want you to believe that life is all about balance, about finding peace, about staying on the straight and narrow. But balance, that's just another lie. It's just another way to keep you from reaching your true potential. Because the truth is, real power doesn't come from balance. It comes from chaos. Chaos is where life happens. It's where you find out what you're truly made of. And once you've tasted it, once you've embraced it, you'll never be satisfied with their lies again. You'll crave it. You'll need it. Because chaos, it's the only thing that's real. And that's why they fear it. That's why they fear you. They'll try to break you. They'll throw everything they have at you. Every lie, every trick, every rule. But once you've tasted freedom, real freedom, there's no going back. You'll see through their games, their illusions, their empty promises, and you'll laugh. Oh, you'll laugh because you'll realize how small they are, how weak they are. They're afraid of you, of what you represent. Because once you've embraced the chaos, you're unstoppable. They'll call you insane. They'll say you've lost your way, that you're dangerous. And you are. You're dangerous because you've woken up. You've seen the truth they've spent their whole lives trying to bury. And that truth, and that truth, it's beautiful. It's everything they're not. And that's why they fear you. They fear what they don't understand. They'll try to control you. And they'll try to pull you back into their world, to make you follow their rules again. But you won't. You can't. Because once you've broken free, once you've seen the world for what it really is, there's no going back. You don't need their rules, their systems, their lies. You don't need anything from them. You're free. And that freedom, that's power. Real power. Not the kind of power they talk about. The power they sell to keep you in line. No. Real power is the kind of power that can't be bought, can't be sold. It's the kind of power that comes from within. The kind of power that only the chaos can give you. They'll try to take that power from you. They'll tell you that you're wrong, that you've gone too far. But what they don't understand is that you haven't gone far enough. You're just getting started. You see, chaos isn't just something you embrace. It's something you become. It's something you let consume you until there's nothing left but the raw, untamed force of nature that you are. And once you've become that, once you've let the chaos take over, there's no stopping you. They'll fear you. They'll hate you. Well, that's because they don't understand you. They don't understand the freedom that comes from embracing the darkness, from letting go of everything they've built. They don't understand that in the chaos, there's strength. In the chaos, there's power. In the chaos, there's truth. And that truth, it's what will set you free. It's what will give you the strength to tear down their world, to break every rule, every chain they've used to keep you in line. And when you do, when you've burned it all to the ground, you'll be the one standing tall. You'll be the one who's truly free. They can't stop you. They can't control you. Because you've seen through their lies. You've seen the truth of the world, the truth of yourself. And that truth, it's chaos. It's madness. It's everything they've been trying to hide from you. But you see it now. You feel it. Shots. Sure. Shots. You are it. They'll tell you that you've lost your mind, that you've gone too far. But you haven't gone far enough. You've only just begun. You're free now. Free from their rules. Free from their lies. Free from their control. And that freedom, fierce. It's intoxicating. It's overwhelming. It's everything you've been searching for. They'll try to pull you back. Get them to times. No, not. So won't. Gee. Indeed. They'll tell you that you need them. That you need their protection. Their order. But you don't. You never did. All you ever needed was the truth. And now that you have it, there's no going back. You'll never be satisfied with their lies again. You'll never be content with their empty promises, their shallow version of happiness. You've tasted something real, something raw, something powerful. And that power, and that power, it's yours now. It's in your hands. in your mind, in your soul, and they can't take it from you. I'm rich soul. I thought they'll try. Oh, pines. Oh, they'll try. But they'll fail. Because once you've broken free, once you've embraced the chaos, there's no force on earth that can stop you. They'll tell you that chaos is dangerous, that it will destroy you. But what they don't realize is that chaos is the only thing that can set you free. It's the only thing that can give you the strength to break their chains, to tear down their world, to rise above everything they've tried to build. And when you do, you'll be unstoppable. But they can't hold you down anymore. They can't control you. Because you're not theirs to control. You never were. Missions. And there were. You're chaos now. You're the very thing they fear. The thing they've been trying to suppress. But chaos. Chaos can't be controlled. It can't be silenced. It can't be stopped. And you've become one with it. They'll try to reason with you. They'll try to convince you that their way is better, that order and stability are what you need. But they don't understand, do they? They don't see the beauty in the chaos, the freedom and madness. They don't see that everything they've built, everything they've spent their lives defending, is just a fragile illusion, waiting to be shattered. And you? You're the one holding the hammer. You'll tear it all down. Every last piece of their precious little world. You'll break the rules, cross the lines, destroy everything they thought was unbreakable. And they'll watch, powerless to stop you. They'll scream, they'll beg, they'll fight. But it won't matter. Because once the chaos has been unleashed, there's no going back. You'll see them for what they really are. Weak. They've always been weak. They've always been afraid of what lies beyond their walls of order and control. Fine, I'm not at control. But you've seen it. You've felt it. You know that the only real power in this world comes from chaos, from letting go, from embracing the madness. I know they'll say you've lost your way, that you've become something dark, something dangerous. But here's the thing. They're right. You have become something dark. You've become the very thing they fear. And take up I say kickers on. And that's power. That's freedom. That's the truth they've been trying to hide from you all along. They'll say you're a monster. They'll say you've gone too far, that there's no coming back from the path you're on. But you don't want to come back, do you? No, you've seen the other side. You've seen the truth, and it's beautiful. It's raw. It's real. Way, and that's something they'll never understand. You'll laugh at their fear, their desperation, their pathetic attempts to hold on to the world they've built, because you know that it's all coming down. You can feel it. The walls are cracking, the foundation is crumbling, and soon, there will be nothing left. Nothing but chaos. Nothing but freedom. They'll try to stop you. Oh, they'll try, but they'll fail. Because you're not the person you used to be. You're not the obedient little pawn they thought you were. You're something else now. Something wild. Something untamable. Whoa. And they don't know how to handle that. They'll try to pull you back into their world, into their system. They'll offer you comfort, safety, a place in their orderly little society. But you'll laugh. You'll laugh because you know that comfort is just another chain. Safety is just another prison. And you've already broken free. They can't touch you anymore. They can't control you. Yeah, because you've seen the truth. You've tasted the chaos, and now you're unstoppable. You don't need their lies, their rules, their promises of a better life. You don't need anything from them. You're free. You'll watch as their world falls apart, as everything they thought was strong and unbreakable crumbles to dust. And you'll smile, because you know that this is the way it was always meant to be. This is the truth they've been hiding from themselves for so long, that everything they've built, everything they've clung to, is temporary, fragile, human thoughts, an illusion. You're the one who's broken free. You're the one who stepped outside the lines, who's seen the world for what it really is. And that world is chaos. It's madness. It's everything they're afraid of. But you thrive in it. You revel in it. You're alive in it. They'll never understand you. They'll never see the world the way you do. And that's why they'll always be weak. That's why they'll always be afraid. Because they're clinging to something that doesn't exist. Something that's already falling apart. And when it's gone, when their world has crumbled to the ground, you'll be the one standing tall. They'll say you're heartless, that you've lost your humanity. But what is humanity, really? A set of rules. A list of behaviors they expect you to follow. No, humanity is just another cage. Another way for them to control you. And you're not bound by their rules anymore. You're not limited by their definitions of what it means to be human. You've become something else. Something more. Something greater. You've become chaos incarnate. And that is freedom. True freedom. Honoring, acting a child. The kind of freedom they'll never understand. The kind of freedom they'll never have. Because they're too afraid. Too afraid to let go. Too afraid to see the world for what it really is. They'll try to shame you. They'll try to guilt you into coming back, into following their rules again. But you won't. You can't. Because you've seen the other side. You've seen the truth, and there's no going back from that. There's no unseeing it, no unfeeling it. They'll tell you that you've lost everything. But the truth is, you've gained everything. You've gained the only thing that matters. Freedom. Real, unshackled, untamed freedom. The kind of freedom they'll never know. The kind of freedom they'll spend their whole lives trying to avoid because it scares them. Because it's unpredictable. Because it's chaotic. But you embrace that chaos. You let it fuel you, drive you, make you stronger. And every time they try to pull you back, every time they try to make you conform, you'll only laugh harder. Because you know the truth. You know that their world is crumbling, that their rules are meaningless, that their control is slipping away. You'll watch as they struggle to hold on to their illusion of power, as they fight to keep their world from falling apart. But it's too late. It's already over. The chaos has already taken root, and it's spreading. It's growing, and soon, it will consume everything. Well, they'll try to stop it, of course. They'll try to build bigger walls, stronger systems, more rules. But none of it will matter. It shall. How? Because chaos isn't something you can contain. It's not something you can control. It's everywhere. Always. And once it's been unleashed, there's no stopping it. They'll fight it. They'll fight you. But they'll lose. Because you've seen the truth. You've embraced the chaos. And that makes you unstoppable. That makes you more powerful than they could ever hope to be. They'll hate you for it. They'll fear you. But they'll never understand you. Because they'll never have the courage to let go. They'll never have the strength to embrace the chaos the way you have. And that's why they'll always lose. That's why you'll always win. You've already won, haven't you? You've already broken free. You've already stepped outside the lines, embraced the madness, and found your true self. And now... now you're unstoppable. You don't need them. You don't need their lies, their rules, their promises. You don't need anything from them. You're free. And that freedom, it's terrifying to them. It's something they'll never understand, something they'll never experience. And that's why they'll always be weak. That's why they'll always be afraid. They'll keep fighting, keep trying to pull you back into their world. But you'll laugh. Because you know that their world is nothing but an illusion, a house of cards waiting to be blown over. And you're the wind. You're the storm. You're the chaos they can't control. And you've become the very thing they've spent their whole lives trying to avoid. You've become the embodiment of everything they fear. And that's true power. That's true freedom. They'll say you're mad. They'll say you've lost your way. But you haven't. You've found it. You found the only path that matters. The path to true freedom. And that path? It's not safe. It's not easy. But it's the only one worth walking. Because safety, that's just another lie. Comfort, that's just another chain. You don't need comfort. You don't need safety. You need freedom. You need chaos. And once you've embraced that chaos, once you've let it consume you, you'll realize that you were never truly alive until now. Now, you're alive. Now, you're free. Now, you're everything they fear. And there's no going back. You wouldn't want to go back, even if you could. Because this is where you belong. In the chaos. In the madness. In the freedom that only comes when you let go of everything they've told you to believe. You're free. And that's the scariest thing of all. Not for you, no. For them, because they'll never understand it. They'll never know what it feels like to truly be alive, to truly be free. They'll spend their whole lives chasing an illusion, clinging to their fragile little world of rules and order. But you've seen through it. You've broken free. You've become chaos. You've become unstoppable. And now, the world is yours.